Hello, you're listening to Babak and Ray Have Nothing to Say. It's me, it's Babak Ganji, and I am here with my co-host and friend, Ray Padron.
Hey, Babak. Good morning.
Hey, I forgot to say it's 10 past 10 on the 2nd of June.
10:10.
10:10.
Angel number.
It's what is this? Episode 22. The 22nd hour of consecutive podcasting.
Oh, another angel number. A lot of angel. I'm hearing about these angel numbers.
What's an angel number?
Well, originally I thought the angel number was my bloody phone number. That's what I thought. Anyway, no, angel number is like one of them numbers that, like, when the numbers are the same. So, like, girls always think it's like means something. So, like, 1111 is something, you know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if 1010 is one. I think that might be recurring, but 22, 22, and like the second.
What does it mean, though?
They each mean something different, I believe. They each mean like a bit of good luck. I think they kind of come from a bit of Chinese as well. Like, 88's lucky in Chinese. I don't know exactly. I don't know where the angel numbers are. I don't know.
It's now 1011.
But they wouldn't be the first. Oh, yes.
It's 1011.
1011. Ooh.
Our guest on this episode is Paul Foot, and I've been told to intro this because I got a feeling that I did not. I feel like from memory I did not really speak in this episode. It could have been the fatigue. It could have been the from memory there was a lot of maths going on, or theories or science, but I'm like trying to get as much words in now so that, and I'm going to do them fast so that it feels energetic, and also because I am in 8 minutes have to go off to see a personal trainer.
Well, yeah, we have been described before by someone, I can't remember who, as an ethnic version of Jay and Silent Bob. So that's I think you're playing the part pretty well. But I think it's funny that, like,
it's not all on me, you know. It's like we've been making these clips and like I'm either not in the clips, but when I speak in the clips, if for some reason it cuts to just the microphone.
That's AI.
I can either be seen or heard, but I cannot be both things at the same time.
Well, you have to explain what you're talking about, like, because there's some app that our producer uses, or I don't know if it's an app, a program or whatever, and it like cuts up, which we're not even posting these anyway. We've got to post it, but it cuts up like the clips from like our recording of the podcast, and it picks like segments that they thinks are like the best segments, or that I don't know how it works it out, but it just does. And in the segments it's picked for the last 2 episodes, for some reason, it cuts between me and the guest and just doesn't cut to Babak whatsoever. It's just funny that it's done this for 2 weeks now, and the producer thinks that maybe it thinks that Babak and I are the same person, so it's not going to Babak, but like it's still. Why doesn't it just go to Babak and not me? Like, you know,
yeah. But in one of the clips, it does go to the microphone, and I am talking. but you know, that's showbiz. It's a cutthroat business. I'm learning the hard way, which is why I'm going to a personal trainer.
You do have that compliment from the computers of when I Googled the podcast, and it came up with an AI description, and it said at the bottom, "Would you like to know more about our host Babak?"
Yeah.
So,
at least it's nice to know AI's got my back.
Well, there's a couple of people working in AI that like you, obviously. At the Google description department, they like you, but at the cutting up clips podcast department in AI, they don't like you. Whoever's there, you've really annoyed them in a former life, or maybe in this life.
They're Team Ray.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's not talking, let's just fix on him. Let's just watch him for a while, listening. That'll make a good clip. Ray listening to someone else speaking.
Ray listening. That's Gogglebox.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's Gogglebox. So, yeah, this episode was with Paul Foot. You reckon lot of maths?
That's not a bad idea. Is that a good idea for a show, Gogglebox, but for podcasts?
What?
Well, they're just listening to podcasts rather than watching TV.
Well, wouldn't that be like, because you're not goggling. Goggling's like, you know, you're like looking at things. So, well, that's the impression. That's the feeling you get from reading that word. Ogling. Ogling. Nah, but like, yeah, look,
Ogle box.
Ogle box. Yeah. Well, we can pitch Ogle box as our next idea. But I think that's after we do the plane podcast. No one has done a podcast. We take the airwaves quite literally and take them to the
We
airwaves.
fly the plane.
Yeah. So once we do our podcast on a plane, that'll probably take us to the top, quite literally, because we will be on the top.
Yeah,
Like
and you
literally
can
on the
fly-
top.
You can do we can do it from the cockpit, and everyone can listen to it.
Yes. Okay. So this is our third last episode. You don't really say much in this one. I don't think you say much for the next three, really.
Oh no, yeah, we don't ruin it for everyone.
But yeah, the wheels are just starting to really come off here, and I think you better sign it off, this podcast, the intro here.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, it was very exciting to have Paul Foot in the house, as you know. It was a very odd experience having all of these people in the house, where I'm trying to be a host, and then trying to. It was all very surreal. Definitely, at this point, I have gone slightly mad and decided to withdraw. But I think you and Paul had a good conversation. And,
Yeah, I do feel it got a little awkward at some points, but yeah, I like Paul.
It's we hope you enjoy it. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say, and they're gonna try and say it all in one full day. Well, that's the world that we live in today, making things up, hoping and praying that all the guests are coming. We got a producer called you. We didn't think about the money, we're worried what we're gonna do. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say. 24 episodes locked in a day, and it's Monday.
Oh, hey! You're listening to.
Let's do it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like that's energy, right? If we just say, hey. It is 8:02. It is Babak and Ray have nothing to say. Episode number 21. But we got 4 more to do. 22.
This is the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
Yes, you're right.
It's Monday. How we feeling? Guys? Hugh, Babak.
I'm feeling fine. Feeling like I need to. I feel like I should do something this little bit. Do something impressive. Nothing has worked out in the trying to do some impressive thing.
Nothing has worked out.
I got all my minutes wrong. I got all my populations wrong.
Oh yeah, that was stupid of you to say that was your skill.
It was my skill. It was my skill.
That was a big bold claim. Yeah, that was a bold claim.
Yeah, I just thought like if I did it, you'd have been impressed because my friend was so impressed.
I was impressed when you said it. I was like, this is quite a specific skill.
It there, and you shouldn't have challenged me. I shouldn't have insisted on you challenging me.
I guess do you have a skill, Hugh, that you could like a party trick skill that like that, I guess, if that like what Babak said, that you could say any runtime of a movie. Mine's a physical one. I can do a handstand. I can't do one anymore.
I can do
a headstand.
You can do a headstand.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Like a tripod one, or like a triangle one, or like a hand one.
Hands down. You know.
Oh, nice.
I'll do the other one where you like, you know that one?
Or the crow.
Yeah, crow. I can do that. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not going to sound great.
That's what
So
the.
you
Oh,
don't
it
have
sounds
to.
really
Oh, it
good.
sounds
It
good.
sounds really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You should do yoga the podcast. But yeah, that was what the doctor told me. No more inverting myself for a year. So yeah.
Does that just mean going upside down?
Yeah.
Okay.
No more going upside down
For a year.
He said it takes a year for my muscle to get fully 100% back to normal.
And then how long do you have to work to get back into shape to be able to do it? I'm guessing you lose.
Oh, I could do it straight away, but
Okay.
I'm just like, but I'm more. I wouldn't want to. I'm more worried about just doing it incorrectly and yeah, I can just sort of throw myself up on my hands. I learned how to stand on my hands when I was about 5 years old. Just could do it. I just like a teacher at school was teaching us gymnastics, and I could just do it.
Walk around.
I couldn't walk
And
around
that's
there,
what
and I
they-
could just land on my hand, and I'd fall over and stuff like that, and I'd just do it, and then yeah,
You got taught it at school? Did we? I don't remember. Like,
it wasn't a big part. It was just like it was just like a PE class at one point, and like the teacher was doing gymnastics, and they were like, "This is how you do the handstand part of it."
Right.
And I guess it's one of the things when you learn as a kid, like two things. One, your brain is able to like rewire and soak it up really easily. But two, you're like so like less fearful to do that kind of stuff when you're a kid. So you're just like, it doesn't hurt when you fall over in the grass and you're 5,
no,
6,
I mean
7
I
years
remember
old.
that.
you know?
I'm just trying to remember like PE lessons and things where it's like what we did. I mean, it's like because I'm trying to think. I think I used to sort of like I'd have to lean against a wall, but I'd go on my head. But I never had the audacity or guts to sort of start moving away from that wall and the support.
Yeah. Well, my big goal before this was, and this is what's quite frustrating because now it's going to push back for a year. But you know, obviously we've got our viral idea about dressing up as a delivery driver and going on the Peloton, but this is my big viral idea, my big one that was going to take me to the top. I think you'd seen me try it a little bit. I'd try this bit called hand stand-up comedy, where I'd do a handstand and I'd do a bit of stand-up comedy like that. Did you ever see that or no?
I mean, I've seen you do your code at the end.
Oh, yeah, it had my
that
Uber
bit
Eats
of-
code
that
in it,
bit of
yeah.
chat, but not any sort of like, not like a bit or an act beyond that.
No, well, I'd sort of got doing stand-up to about a minute, and I thought if I can get this so I can do a full set, I can walk out on my hands.
How long's a full set? Like 10?
5 minutes.
Right.
I was like a 5-minute set. If I could walk out and do 5-minute set, so walk out on my hands,
Yeah.
do the material.
No mention of it. Just do it straight.
Yeah, stand-up comedian Ray Badron, and then I
Oh, yeah,
come
of
do
course.
it, and you get the clip of that a comedian coming on and their hands coming off, and I just had to write the 5-minute set, and also physically get the strength to be able to stay up there for 5 minutes. But I was getting close. I had a good new joke.
Yeah.
I say it's hard being upside down. I see the world a little bit differently to everyone, and then I said when I was at uni, I did reverse psychology. So a lot of these kind of ones, but I was like, if I can get 5 minutes of
That's
these,
a lot. They're all one-liners, so it's kind of like
yeah,
you
but
gotta
no one's doing the handstand stuff. So I've got the whole mark. Like they're all untouched jokes.
I'm just mean like in 5 minutes you can do a lot.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
Jimmy Carr level of
yeah,
sort
it's
of
a
like
lot.
quick fire.
Yeah,
Not only are you, yeah, that's all. There's no big setups. It's just bam, bam, bam.
I hate to sound too crass, but I was working on a bit about meeting a girl and going home and doing a 69er, but I couldn't figure out which way to go. Something to do with that because I'm on my hands and she's flipping around. And I don't know. But that was one of the bits, and I'm thinking that will take up a couple of minutes, you know? Yeah, look, the handstand up comedian clip is on the back burner for the next
Yeah.
at least till about like September next year. That's crazy.
I mean, it gives you time to really hone those jokes.
The jokes, I guess. Yeah, I work on that. Speaking of jokes, all right, your next comedian. Far out. I am in MC mode.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's too late to change that now.
I know, but I hear it coming out of that one particularly. I was like, your next comedian. Like, they're not all comedians.
I've been hearing.
So-
but this is a comedian.
I mean, I haven't really realised, people have mentioned it a bit here, but like my main gig here is a resident MC in London. Is a resident MC, and it has shaped a bit of me. I've never really MC'd before this, so
I feel like as we've done this, you've lapsed into. You've taken that role, the MC role, and lapsed in like every now and again as I'm zoning into thing. I'm like, I'm at the Moth Club, and the tone, it's like it's nice. The thing is, it works. So it's like yeah, it's got the right. What do you call that?
rhythm.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, I'm familiar with it because I hear it at the Moth Club. I'm like okay, so you got to do it. We've got a big guest.
I guess sometimes it's just I'm telling this imaginary audience to put their hands together.
Yeah, that's the bit that's kind of like. But I quite like the idea that out there when they're listening to this, they are putting their hands together.
Putting their hands together. Okay, well, your next act.
Next act.
Oh God! I just did it then again. I told you my brain is dead.
Next guest. We're not.
But it's good to know that if my brain is dead, I could still host a comedy show.
Autopilot. That's it.
Okay, the next guest on this podcast is one of the most interesting comedians I've ever met. Like, it's hard. I don't know heaps about him. I know that he used to be a mathematician. I know that he's got a very unique, absurd style, and he's travelled the world. I've gigged with him in Australia. I've gigged with him in New Zealand. I've gigged with him in the UK, and I'm excited to welcome him onto the podcast. So, with no more introduction, let's welcome out Paul Foot. That is a round of applause. Something our next guest would be very used to hearing after every one of their routines.
So wonderful. It's so seamless, isn't it?
Thank you for coming on. It's Paul Foot. Hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks, Ray. Are you all right?
I'm kind of pretty good. I'm excited to see you. I'm a bit brain dead. We've been
going 20 hours.
Yeah.
And there must, inevitably there must have been somewhere you think that wasn't so good, or you think, maybe we have to cut one out and then tell everyone it's the 23-hour marathon sort of thing.
Never thought about that, but yeah.
Well, you might have to save face.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way.
At that point, we just did 2 episodes, guys.
What was I saying?
No, what were they saying? It's like
they didn't say anything. Oh no, they were very professional. There's people outside. They're very professional. It's a little bit like if you're on a jury in a court case, you're only allowed to talk about the case when all the 12 jurors are together. Very similar outside, because it was outside the podcast. It was all just small talk, the weather and looking forward to holiday. They absolutely never. I mean, you could see they were.
You got quite a lot in.
They would love the idea of saying, actually, there was a bit of a failure earlier, and we're cutting it out. But they didn't say any of that.
No, the episodes have. The episodes have gotten better as they've gone on exponentially. To put them in your language, mathematics. Oh, it's like Fibonacci's sequence.
Yes, adding the 2 previous every podcast has been the sum of the 2 previous podcasts.
Oh yes,
that's the Fibonacci, isn't it?
Yes, but I meant it more in the line of that.
Well, why did you say Fibonacci?
Oh, well, I meant it more like this. Fibonacci's ones so the Fibonacci sequence would be 0, 1, 1, 2.
Yeah, isn't it 0,
3,
1, 1, 2, 3? Yeah, it goes like that.
And then 5. And then 7.
8, isn't it? 3 and 8, yeah. And then 8 and 5, 13, 13. Like that.
And so these are the only good episodes.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry. I didn't follow what that algebra was.
I tried to do a maths joke for Paul, and then I think I made it too niche and sort of didn't really make sense in my own way. But yeah, Paul's way of describing was much better.
I like the fact, yes, it's the sum of the 2 previous podcasts.
But wouldn't that be? Wouldn't you describe? Isn't that more like exponential? Like it's like
getting. That's Fibonacci, isn't it? Exponential is x to the power something, isn't it?
But exponential is increasing at an increasing rate.
Yes, increasing rate, as is Fibonacci, in a different way. It's a different sort of series.
So if you graph Fibonacci's sequence, will it have an exponential curve?
No. It has a Fibonacci curve.
And that looks like...
It's completely... It's not the same as exponential. It's a different thing,
It feels...
yes, it goes up and up.
You're saying if those 2 weren't at a party, they weren't hanging out?
It goes up and it keeps increasing. Yeah, so it's in that way. In that sense, it's this. For someone with a simple mind, yes, yes. Fibonacci would be exponential in that way. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
it goes up and up and up and up. Yes.
Some of our listeners have very simple minds. I don't know if.
How do you know that? It's a terrible thing to say.
I know.
Your listeners have simple minds.
I said only some of them.
Some.
Only some of them.
Yeah,
Some of them. Yeah. And that's a kind of joke that everyone loves when you say some of them. You know.
Yeah.
When you make fun of the average person on stage as a comedian, the whole crowd laughs. You know, not just half.
Because they don't think it's them.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. So I'm just some.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
You know, and I know our real listeners know who I'm talking about there
Yeah.
when I say that.
I mean, inevitably, you've obviously got many listeners, so there's bound to be some who are
We're
below, average.
Well, what most people don't realise that's turned up today, and Paul, what you don't know is that you might think Hugh is our producer, but this is actually a live podcast for an exclusive audience of one.
I see.
Yes,
Yes.
the VIP.
He won.
Yeah, he won the prize. The one number one Patreon member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he average?
No.
No, he doesn't think he is.
I take it all back. The average stuff.
There must be some average people who have a completely ordinary life with nothing unusual happening, and it's completely average.
You don't think it'll ever weigh up. You think it's always a 5 out of 10. Everything.
Yeah, there must be some people who've just had a life just did a really ordinary job, really ordinary partner, really ordinary life, just doing ordinary things.
Watching
The
Big
most
Bang Theory.
ordinary person.
Yeah.
I don't even think they'd watch The Big Bang Theory. But yeah, those people must be out there.
And today you had another podcast. You were guesting on other podcasts. Is it?
On my own podcast.
Your own podcast. Well.
You were guesting on your own podcast.
Well, I know I was being on it.
And
3.
any funny anecdotes said there? What was the best anecdote on that podcast?
Well, I did 3 of them.
3.
Yeah, and then it was remarked by the others that I ate a lot of meals because I would do before the first podcast. I had a roast chicken dinner,
Fair enough.
and then I did a podcast, and everyone else just afterwards just had like a little half a sandwich, but I immediately had a chicken curry because I found it exhausting during the podcast. It made me so hungry. All that thinking, even though it only lasts an hour, I found it exhausting. And then after the second podcast, I had a third meal.
What was that?
It was sweet corn.
Good to get
just
a few
a
veggies.
tin of sweet corn.
Yeah, no, it was a single corn.
Oh, right.
Cob.
On the cob.
Cob. It was a cob. And then I had that. And then afterwards, I was really hungry again, but there was no time for extra meal because I had to come here. So I had to have crisps and 4 biscuits from my meal. But when I get back home, then I will have cottage pie. But they hardly ate anything. I don't understand how they literally, all they had was a tiny bit of cereal for breakfast and some melon.
Where are you recording the podcast?
In my house.
Okay. So that's why there's
Yes,
chicken curry and
It's all there.
It's all there.
Because I've converted the attic of my house into, half of it is a podcast studio, the other half is meditation area
Really?
for meditation sessions.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good. And how often are you meditating? What
Well,
is it a regular thing or just when you need it?
yeah, it's just when there's a bit of time in between things and you just think, got a bit of time, have a meditation session.
how long does the meditation session take?
Well, not normally that long, as I don't often have very much time. It's been so busy recently. I haven't had enough time in the day to do all the things that I wanted to do, such as sleeping. But ideally, a minimum of 5 minutes and a maximum of 5 hours. I think after about 5 hours, you sort of think, well, I really need the loo now.
Well, yeah, this has been hard to sort of coordinate the loo breaks in this 20-hour shift. You know, you get a little bit of time in the theme song. And you can...
Yes, and how did you eat your meals? I was talking about that during my previous podcast recordings. I was very concerned about your meals.
Oh, we were eating. I've been concerned about. We've been eating during it. Someone will take them, and there's a lot of ambient noises that
What
sort of
give you
happen.
what, a chicken stew or what sort of thing?
That was the first meal. No, we had I had a earlier today. I had a avocado and halloumi muffin wrap,
That right? Yeah.
and with some hash browns and a coffee and a juice. And I had another coffee later. I had some snacks in between, and then I've had some pizza. Now,
It's not enough,
it's
is
not
it?
enough.
It's not
is it?
enough.
But I don't. I feel like I do feel tired and I do feel hungry, but I don't feel like I've exerted that much energy, so I'm not as hungry.
That
as
is
I
a
would
problem.
usually. Yeah,
But-
maybe I'm not thinking as quick as
You've
much
done
as you.
20 podcasts.
Yeah.
You've only had a little bit of avocado and a couple of hash browns.
I feel like was there not something
That's why
else?
I can't figure out the Fibonacci's. That's why the graph.
Yeah,
Or potentially, yeah.
it goes around and round and round, doesn't it? Doesn't it go around and round? It's special.
Oh, it's a spiral.
Special spiral, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, special spiral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Oh, isn't it what a snail shell is, mate? It's the same.
I think it might have been a snash, but I thought it was a pine cone.
Yeah, pine cone is made like that, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's like getting bigger.
There's loads of things in nature that are made on Fibonacci series.
Isn't that what the perfect ratio number is? I think.
It's the perfect ratio.
What's the perfect ratio? What is that? I
Well,
don't
it's,
really know.
it's the length of your face to your width of your face.
No, it's not. What's the perfect ratio?
Oh, it's I was paying you a compliment.
I
saying
know.
that you have a
I'm not going to.
perfect face.
I know. And I
I'm
got
saying that-
flattered and embarrassed.
I was saying that you've got a beautiful, stunning face. That it's in terms of classically perfect. You know, it's like it would have like if you'd been in ancient Greece, they'd have thought, oh, you know,
I would have done all right in ancient Greece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you'd have had a lot of
Modern London, tough world. Yeah. Ancient Greece.
ancient Greece. You'd have been active.
Yeah.
You'd have been very active, very much so. Yeah, I think you'd have, and I could imagine you in ancient Greece, and I think you'd have popped into maybe the when they used to go into like the thermal baths or something like that, and you'd have sat there.
Yeah, I love the bar.
You'd have sat there and they'd have said, "Oh, here's a little towel," and you sit there, and it's like a steam, like a little room. It's a bit warm and a bit steamy. I think the action would have started pretty soon after.
Well, we've been talking about this. How much I
moved
love
into Greece.
steam rooms,
And
and how
Greece.
much I love Greece, and the motto: you can't spell steam without mates. Anyway, so
Yeah. So I think, I think you'd have been popular very much.
Well, you got recognised 3 times in Greece.
well, there was a weird thing where I went to Athens for a few days and I
Yeah.
kept getting recognised
Oh,
for stand up 3 times in 2 days in Athens.
was it from Greek people or
It was
English
from-
people or
It was from
Australian?
two English people, one Australian person.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
so
But it's a disproportionate anomaly that's maybe in the real world it's once a month in the city
Yeah.
that I'm performing at. So 3 times in 2 days.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And was it very positive? Was it, oh my God,
Well,
oh my God, it's
I-
him? Or was it, oh, I've seen you, yes.
No, it was extremely positive and excited because you're in Greece and they just can't believe that they've seen this sort of small comedian that they're not expecting to see. And now they're seeing him
good.
in Greece. Like you're kind of excited if you see another Australian in there, you know, that let alone someone you know. So yeah, they would often run over, and it was quite.
that's good, isn't it?
It quite added to my love for the country. Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to New Zealand and I did a TV show out there and recording, and then it went out the very last night that we were in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So the very next day we were flying back, and I was at Auckland Airport, and then no one had said anything. Like normally, if you go on British TV, it's all like, "Oh my God!" But no one said anything except one man was passing me when you went from Terminal 2 to Terminal 1 or something, and just said, "Oh, I saw you on the television last night." Yes. And that was it. That was it. No one has ever... Because I've been on lots of television things, and people normally say, "Oh, I've seen you on that," or sometimes there's something that's a bit kind of more obscure, but some people have seen it. But no one, apart from that man, has ever mentioned me on that show. Ever. Ever. apart from him. But since then, no one has ever said, "Yeah, you were on that show." I can't remember what it was called now. On
7 days, was it?
7. I can't remember. No, I forgot. It was some. Anyway, but you sound like you got a much more positive reaction in Greece.
Yeah. And I didn't even do one of the Greek television shows. But yeah, I do remember that New Zealand trip and that being quite a strange tour at that time.
Yeah,
do you remember? Yeah.
It was quite short, wasn't it? It was only 6 days.
Was it 6
Yeah,
days?
and we were just like, I seem to remember that, because I came from UK, and I seem to remember that I was leaving to go to New Zealand, and I think 8 days later I was back in my house.
Wow.
So it was quite quick.
Yeah, and that was the run by Craig, and I don't know if you ever saw what happened. Did you follow the news?
I have followed the news.
Oh, wow. Yeah, cool.
I don't know what we're allowed to say for legal reasons.
Well, I think it's all sort of happened now, but I think
There were a few logistical problems.
I think logistical
administrative errors.
But I do believe that tour that we did was like a big one that happened in New Zealand, and then sort of the same thing happened a bit later in because it was just a strange tour. Like all I remember. It was you
remember
and Ronnie Chang,
Yes.
and I was like,
And do you remember we played these theatres, but also there were these kind of clubs that we did
Yes.
in Queenstown.
yes,
And I remember
big halls.
it was kind of a bit rough. One of them was more like, it was just like a load of like the worst sort of British people and the worst sort of Australian people were all in there, and it was like a brawl. And then Craig just said, "I don't want you to perform there tonight, Paul. I really don't want you to perform. Just go back to the hotel." And I just went back. He just said, "Don't go on."
What was it? Just a fight?
I just remember the whole week being quite strange in New Zealand. It was quite an eclectic crew. Like it was Rose was there, Rose Matafeo, Paul was there, Ronnie Cheng, Sam Campbell, myself, and then I think some other New Zealand comedians. But it was just a strange tour that this guy had sort of put together. It was fun, but it was kind of like, I think it was sponsored by Comedy Central or so. It was just kind of strange.
Oh yeah, and we used to have to go to sort of parties, and there were like official corporate people there, and we'd have to be all kind of professional and say things.
Yeah.
Are these the corporate shows we were talking about?
Not really, but there were sort of times when we'd have to like sit there and they'd say, "You're having a meal with the top executives of such a company." We'd all have to sit there and be all professional, which is very difficult for comedians.
Yeah. But I feel like those things, like sometimes they'll pop up like these in Australia and New Zealand. Like Comedy Central came to Australia and New Zealand for a little bit. They pop up, they make a big splash, they give a few people web series and they kind of go bankrupt and they leave. And like JFL and that, they kind of, so that I feel like that was part of that time when Comedy Central came, and there was a bit of money and a few weird tours. And what are you up to at the moment, Paul? Apart from your podcast, are you
Meditation.
working on a live show?
I'm working on a new show, a live show.
For a tour or for
for the tour. Yes, so I did my previous tour and I finished that in June. It went on for 200 dates.
Wow.
And now working on a new one for next year, really.
And do you do Edinburgh Fringe Festival? No? Do you work it up there? Or?
Yeah, I will do it next year, yes, Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Yes, I will. I was in Edinburgh yesterday, and it's funny where you just walk round and everything's all closed, like the underbelly doesn't exist, it's just, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And I was with some
Do those
people.
venues not exist outside of the
Some of them
Fringe?
don't. Some of them are still there, but some of them are just shut down. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to the people I was with, I was saying, "Oh, that's where I perform in there," and they were just saying it's all closed and it looks like it's all derelict. And I was saying, "No, that's like the box office there, and that's I perform in that corner there." And it's all, and then it's all just weird. It's not well, as you probably know, it's not the Fringe there the rest of the year.
No, it's not the Edinburgh Fringe
It's
Festival.
not the Edinburgh Fringe. Yeah, so it was. I'll be there. Yes.
Okay, and any trips are planned to Australia in the next?
I think I might go in January.
Really?
I always go every January. I normally go after Christmas, but this year I'll probably go early January.
Do you go to Perth Fringe or do you come to Melbourne or Sydney or something?
No, I normally just go and see friends out there.
Oh, cool.
Work, have a few meetings, see people, meetings.
It's quite a long way to go for meetings.
Yes, but I also have lots of friends. I have lots of friends and family, so I visit all of them. I have a lot of people to see. So I'll be there for about 4 weeks, but there's not time to see. I'll see as many people as I can. It's pretty busy. Yes, I've got so many. I know it's like my second home, Melbourne. So I know more people there than... Well, I know lots of people in London as well, but yeah, it's like a second home.
Yeah.
So, can I ask... sorry if this is a question you often get asked. How did you transition from maths to comedy? So what were you working as a...
Well, just on a whim, you know.
But where were you?
Well, I was at university
maths?
doing maths degree.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd become an accountant or actuary or something. And then some people said, oh, you should go on stage and try it. Because they said, oh, you're funny, you should go on stage. And I thought, well, there was a thing at university where you could go on stage. And I thought it was just like for other students, a little amateur night. And I thought, well, it would be good to go on stage and just once. And it'll always be an anecdote. I can say I went on stage once. And that was all it was going to be, just once. And then I went on and it kind of went quite well, but not that well. It wasn't like, oh my God, that's the best thing ever. But it wasn't, oh, that was awful either. But I just knew immediately that was going to be my career. Yeah. And I just said, I'm going to be a professional comedian. And everyone else just said, you've just started a maths degree, don't be silly. But I did.
And did you finish your maths degree?
I finished it because, it would have been a very brave step to say to my family, oh, I'm going to be a comedian and I'm going to go around pubs learning, and I'm giving up my degree.
But it's such a nice thing to just instantly know that that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I know. It's nice to know. That's when I was 19 at university.
Right.
So it's nice to, from the age of 19, to know exactly what you want to do.
I feel like
I still kind of don't know.
I feel like...
Yeah, most people have no idea what they want to do.
I don't mind it because I do art and I do this, and it's like as I've got older, it changes. I used to be in bands and they used to make comics, and it just changes based on age. And I'm still sort of moving around, but it keeps changing, and sometimes it's kind of unnerving when the climate changes and it's not a set thing.
But I would say
to know.
But I would say you talk about moving and changing. We're doing something you like doing, but within this, I'm confused with what I want to do now. Like, as in, I guess
after this 20 hours.
Well, no, within the comedy, I'm like, I don't know. You know, you can sort of get pulled into people like, oh, you should write something and pitch something. You should do this. You should do. So I kind of get pulled in different directions. I don't know exactly what I want to do within it, but I do know. Well, I did have the feeling that Paul had after the first gig I did. I was like,
you just knew. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be, and I'm someone that's quite insecure and had tried different things, given up on them. I was doing a science degree at uni, and I was thinking about 50 different possibilities for me and my future, and I could do this, maybe I'll do that, and then this thing was, I was like, no, I've got to make sure I keep committed to do this.
Can you describe it, though? I want to know what it is. I want to know if I had it, and I've missed it.
But you've done lots of things that you've enjoyed doing.
Yeah, and I think it's now that's become what it is. It's like a mix.
But so that's one. But there's obviously some people who do a job they don't even enjoy, and they have no idea at all what they would enjoy or what they would like to do.
No, one thing I take for granted is that I do what I want.
Yes.
And I forget that because that's stressful in itself. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't work, there's no security. But my time is mine. I think, and that's taken for granted because I haven't done a job for 15 years.
Yeah, I did a job 20-something years ago. I'm still good friends with my boss. In fact, my only boss.
Right.
He was my first and last boss.
What was the job?
It was in a recruitment agency. And I kind of just did my own thing. I actually did computer things, programmed this computer system for the recruitment agency. He says there are still things in the computer system they use now that come from me.
Nice.
Which is nice. And then after, I was only there I worked 9 to 5 for 3 months. 9 to 5, 5 days a week, that is. And then after doing that for 3 months, I said to him, I just can't do this anymore. This is 9 to 5 days a week. It's exhausting. So after 3 months, I went to flexi hours, and I would just come and go when I wanted. And then eventually it was just a few hours a week. And then after 1.5 years, well, he says I was sacked, but I say I resigned. But we still kind of discussed it. Not sure exactly.
Yeah, I think I've had that the feeling of like being sure that I would like something again one more time, and it was when doing yoga. Like I had a really good yoga teacher. I'd had a bad back, and I'd seen like 3 or 4 different people, and this one yoga teacher was like a really good guy that had a bad back himself, and I came, and I've never really, you hear people about exercising, having endorphins and feeling like a rush and feeling great, but after that, I was like, I felt great. I was like, I feel very good, and I'm going to commit to this. And they were the 2 things. Everything else I've sort of flirted with and then quit or like done that. But those 2 things, I was like, no, I'm sticking to.
Yeah, and also because of your Australian accent, when you say yoga teacher, it sounds similar to yogurt teacher.
Yogurt
you say
eater.
Well, yogurt. You could have a yogurt teacher who teaches you how to make yogurt, and maybe you've put the yogurt, like a live yogurt, into the. I'm saying yogurt because that's how you say it.
Yeah.
But you put the yogurt into the airing cupboard, like to keep it warm, and then you're like, I'm just going to have a look at the yogurt, and then, but your teacher is like, stop, because he's so wise. Don't. He knows not, and then the rest of the time you just sit with your yogurt teacher, just in like silence. Just waiting, because it's all about waiting with yoga, and he teaches you stillness and to wait for the right time. So you learn a lot from your yoga teacher, and it's very very intense. It's just the 2 of you just sitting just together all the time, waiting.
The yoga teacher, yeah.
Yoga teacher.
That's a yoga teacher.
That's not bad.
So that's another thing that you might consider in the future.
Yeah, maybe I'll get into that. Have you ever had the feeling of
Deja vu?
Yeah, deja vu.
No, not today. No.
Wait,
no.
there is one that's reverse deja vu, like the opposite of deja vu. So
when you think you haven't had this, I'm having a feeling that I've never done this podcast with you before.
That's the opposite of deja vu.
It's like a feeling. It's a feeling of normal life when you feel, I'm not. This is a new day and I'm doing a new thing.
No,
that's the opposite.
No, but the opposite of deja vu would be doing something you've done. So you're going on stage and you're thinking it's the first time you've done it. So that would be the opposite of deja vu.
Oh, that's the opposite. Yes,
because deja vu is doing something you haven't done before and feeling like you have.
And the opposite, vu,
is doing something you have done before and feeling like you haven't.
I don't think I've ever. Is that a common feeling?
Hugh, can we get a fact check on deja vu, like the opposite, the opposite of deja vu?
The opposite of it, and how often does it happen that people think that they're doing something for the first time when
they've done it before?
Loads of times.
Yeah.
This might be the second time I was wrong. After I've gone for fact checks.
Oh my god!
And
I'm getting it.
I'm getting
the feeling. I'm getting the feeling. I feel like I've never done a podcast before. Like it's the first time, and I'm like, oh my god! Like, what is this? I've got like a microphone in front of me, and I'm talking, and I'm getting that feeling like it's never happened before, and I'm feeling kind of inexperienced. I don't know whether I'm supposed to let you say things now or carry on or what. I'm just getting this feeling of what? So like you're not getting that feeling.
I'm getting that feeling every time.
I don't know what it is. Are you getting it? Like,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I'm lost in what feeling I'm supposed to be feeling.
Yeah,
I want to know about this.
Let's find out.
Jamais vu, sometimes regarded as the opposite of deja vu, is the intense feeling that the current circumstances are novel and strange, while objectively realising that they have indeed been previously experienced.
Yeah, because like I'm feeling with you, Ray, like this feeling of like intense excitement of what you're saying and everything, but in reality we have both heard each other going on and on like so many times, like in reality it's like you're just thinking, oh Christ, this Paul Foot on and on in the dressing room about some boring anecdote, or I'm thinking Ray Badger's, oh for God's sake, will you just shut up?
Not about the
but
yoga
I'm not
teacher.
feeling that. I'm feeling that other one,
Jamez.
You're thinking, who is this?
I'm feeling the Jamez. I'm feeling like, wow, this is new. It's Ray, and it's a new.
It's a new
I don't know Ray. I don't. Wow. And I'm gripped by you. I'm like hanging on your word to find out what you're going to say next.
You should have come on this show earlier. I didn't just pump up then, Perfect ratio. Everything's going good for me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there is a reverse of deja vu.
Yeah.
So it's,
I never doubt you, Ray.
thank you, Babak.
This entire conversation came from what you said. What's the perfect ratio? And I said it's your length of your face to the width, and how you've got a beautiful face that's classically beautiful, and then. That whole conversation for about 25 minutes has come from that.
How did we get there from Greece? We went there to Greece, ancient Greece. I just went to Greece, got recognised.
Television, New Zealand.
Tour. Oh, wow.
New Zealand tour. All of that came from there. But you were actually in the middle of something before that, saying, what's the perfect ratio or something. So that's where it came from.
Well, that's good to know that it sort of can move that far that quickly, quite organically. That's I think that's a testament to quite a flowing conversation.
And that was just because you said, what's the perfect ratio? And I just saw your face and just thought, that's stunning. That is the stunning proportions. And I just thought, wow. And I'm feeling it now, that jamais vu thing. I'm feeling it with your face. Like I'm looking at your face instead of Ray's tired old face that I've seen so many times. I'm looking at it and it's like, it's a thing of beauty, like a pearl. I'm looking at it and it's just like, wow. And I'm going to dream about you all night, and in all night your face is going to be there like this beautiful, like a beautiful moon.
A big moon.
Like a beautiful moon in my mind, just shining, just glowing and smiling at me. Like
That's quite sweet.
Like a god.
Well, can I ask this question? This you reminded me of this from night, so we're still going from the perfect ratio.
Yeah.
What would be if your perfect sleeping hours if you had to choose?
Oh, well.
No work. You got no work, and the sun is rising.
It's so wonderful when you have no work.
Yeah.
And you can just. I love being up in the night.
Right.
And I like to have 10 hours sleep a night.
Wow. This is Rose Matafeo.
Yeah.
And I love it when you don't really have anything much to do for a few days, and so you can get up, do a few things for 2 or 3 hours, then just have a lie down for a bit. And you just keep having a lie down. I love that.
So the 10 hours isn't continuous, it's just...
It can be, continuous. It can be. The best is when you have 10 hours continuous, and just a few little naps as well to get up to 12 hours. My favourite, in June, I went to Ivalo in the very far in the Arctic Circle, the north of Finland.
Wow.
And it was sunny, not just light, but literally sunny 24 hours a day. There was a very, very slight difference in the light between the night and the day, but very subtle. And the only other difference was that the shops were shut at night. But basically, it was like time stopped. There was no time.
Wow.
And what I loved about it is you didn't have to worry, I've missed the day, I've missed something. You could get up whenever you wanted and do whatever you wanted when you wanted, because it was all daytime, sunshine all the time. It was always the same. There was nothing to miss.
Well, I did read something recently, and it is about how a vast view, like a big view, actually does slow down time. Your brain is processing things slower or something like that. So vastness in a view slows down time to a degree.
Oh, yes. And also, if you have a very busy life with lots of things happening, it slows... You have a longer life or something, it slows down, your perception is longer. Or something, it was... I can't really remember it. But it was something to do with... Like, if you do more things in your life, you feel like you've had a longer life because you had more things.
Yeah.
So it's... Whereas if you do lots of new things, everything seems to take longer and it seems more full. Whereas if you have a really boring day with not much happening and you're just doing nothing, then it just seems to It's less satisfying.
Yeah, it's diminishing returns for the same activity.
I can't really. I've got confused.
Yeah.
But it feels longer, but with less satisfying. You know, when you're really, really busy, like when we went to New Zealand was like that, when there was so much going on, and you're doing this show, and then you're doing something else, then you're doing an interview, doing something else, party, and it's like then you think, oh, that was only yesterday, and it feels simultaneously a long time ago, but also not a long time ago, all at once.
Yeah.
That's like really when you're really busy. So I like being really, really busy.
That's like a holiday. That's sort of like you finish, you're like, I feel like I've been here for like 2 months, but I also feel like 3 days because you've done. Well, when you pack it in and like, because you're physically exhausted, so we feel like it's been like forever, but also at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's almost been 24 hours. Like, it's insane to think. So Sam Campbell was our first guest at the very first episode at midnight.
Yes.
And he's coming back at midnight today. And I sort of described it's like the flight to Australia, because I'm thinking about how much people have done this whole time while I've been sitting here, and they've gone to sleep, they've woken up, had a full day, and can do this podcast twice. Yeah. and I've just been sitting here the whole time. So that sort of blows my mind and perception of the time. And that's what happens when you fly to Australia. You say bye to someone, you call them on the break, and they've had a full day of work, they're going to sleep, they're going out again, and just you're just sitting in the same chair. Yeah,
I find it weird that people in Australia, and I talk to friends in Australia, and then I just get up and do a load of things all day, have a busy day, and they're just asleep. That's weird. So I've had meetings, I've done podcasts, I've been doing things, and they've just been asleep.
Yeah, there was a period in COVID, like, so UK got COVID, then it sort of opened up, and then Australia had COVID. So there was a period when Australia got COVID and the UK was open, and I was getting heaps of work at this point. There wasn't heaps open, but like I think a lot of people left and were working, and just getting a lot of gigs then. And I'm getting these online gigs from Australia, and like sometimes I do them, sometimes not. But I remember there was like because it's nighttime there, so I did a corporate gig at like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, I did. One of the weirdest things I did was. It was a corporate thing, but I think it was 7 in the morning. Yeah. And I would do quite a few of these Zoom shows, but this one was a corporate one. I was always dressed from the top. I mean, I was dressed, but I just had like baggy old trousers. I was only properly dressed from the top up. Yeah. And then perhaps one of the weirdest things that's ever happened in my professional life is that I was doing this podcast. Not podcast, a Zoom show. And then there was one bit when I was doing something and the screen froze. So I couldn't see them moving, but I just carried on and just speaking. And then it was like a break or something. And then they rang me up and I said, oh, what happened there? They said, don't worry, although the screen is frozen, we could still hear you. And I said, okay, that's fine. They said, yes, you just carry on, So they just said, if it freezes or whatever, just carry on unless we ring you. So that was fine, and it carried on a bit. Then a few minutes later, I was doing this piece of comedy that's called Married Couple Holiday Hell. And there's this married couple, and they're kind of shouting at each other because they've got these petty arguments. It's quite high energy, and I play both roles, and I'm going backwards and forwards from the two roles. And it's sort of quite long. It goes on for about 8 minutes, and I'm screaming at the top of my voice as these two characters. And then the screen kind of, I think, sort of froze. But then I think the screen went blank. But I just thought they'll ring me. I've just got to carry on. Yeah. So I performed this piece with full. And this is 7 in the morning as well, but full performance energy, full performance of this piece, because obviously I think they can still see me and hear me. Full performance of this for about 8 minutes, and then I finished, and I said, and so that was Married Couple Holiday Hell sort of thing. And then that was like a break. Then they rang me, and I said, oh, presumably you saw all that, but unfortunately, oh no, they said, we haven't been able to see you for the last 10 minutes, but we were really busy with the technical things. We didn't have time to ring you. That was like, it's almost philosophical. It's a bit like they say, if a tree falls in the forest but no one hears it, has it actually fallen? Was there a noise?
Yeah.
Like, I performed and there was no one watch it. Did it even happen? What was that?
It's like a very extreme version of when you think that somebody's phone's cut and you're still talking to them and it's like 3-4 minutes before you realise you've just been talking to yourself.
Yeah, it's like that.
But that's a far more extreme version of that because there's physical intent going on. But I always wondered, like, those Zoom gigs, can you see the audience, or do you just
you can
perform to the
normally.
screen?
Yeah.
They actually changed the technology, got better. There was a couple of things I noticed. One was that at the very beginning of COVID, Zoom was a very sort of technical thing just for people for companies, and it was obviously just designed for companies and people who were the technical experts at it. So when you went on their website, it was very technical and not easy. And then they obviously realised, hang on, this is going to be really important. The whole world's going to be using it. They had to change their website really quickly to make it like user friendly.
But I guess it can't replicate with stand-up. You depend on like the sort of interaction with the crowd.
Well, they kind of can, because early on it didn't work. The sound was all wrong. So if you turned their sound on, it would wreck it.
Right.
So I would have to perform to silence. And I couldn't really see them either. But then, my manager would ring me afterwards and say, oh, yes, everyone's smiling. It all looks... But later on, they improved it so you could actually hear them. It was just like doing a gig, actually.
It was.
Really?
They would decrease their volume a little bit and then increase your volume, I think. They worked out how to, like, display them so it was better as well. Like, I
So
could
you're just
just
seeing a series of people.
And there was like, there were difference
like a
to
guessing
a gig.
board.
A little bit. There was a difference to it, and I think people had jokes about that. There was a difference to a gig. But what I found quite handy, like what I ended up getting out of it, which I felt was like almost more beneficial, like I wish I could still do it today, was like I could take bass ideas so confidently and just read them out one by one, because you can't do your old material, you can't do material or anything. And so then it finished and I had like a notepad of all these ideas that I had just only said, which is a really good test on how they sort of stand on their own merit before you can deliver them and stuff like that. So I was grateful for like coming out of a lot of material with it. And if there was a Zoom gig now that I could do at home like once a week, that would be my new material gig. I would do it. Like I
used to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'd get some. It would sometimes be this morning if it was to Australia. Get up at 8 a.m, do a show to Australia. I was back in bed by 9.
Yeah.
And I'd done all my work for the day.
You'd take off the suit shirt and put it back. Like I'd put on a suit shirt, do the corporate thing, and then take it off and put it down. But you
didn't have to brush your teeth.
It made me realise how many gigs I actually didn't enjoy going to in real life. Like, because I actually preferred to do it on the Zoom a lot of the time, you know? And I was like, oh.
And I'd be like, after COVID, I'd be like, I'm going to go and do a show and I need to wash. And I need to, like, get in the car and go on for hours.
I didn't realise. I presumed it would have been a very awkward experience.
It was at first, but, like, you learn to like it, enjoy it, and get something out of it, and it was what it was. So everyone sort of just did it. Like, but, yeah. Paul, I think that is.
Is that it?
That is us. Yeah, that's the perfect ratio of jokes to time on the
That's nice. Thanks
on the podcast. But you've been a fantastic guest. Thank you for
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. Now we plan on to release these weekly. Potentially bi-weekly. So this will be episode.
Does bi-weekly mean twice a week, or does it mean every other week?
Oh, that's a great question.
I think you mean twice a week.
I think bi-weekly means... I'm trying to think in general.
You've no idea how often.
No, I think bi-weekly means twice a week, because tri-weekly would mean 3 times a week, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I'm basing it off. But you had me convinced.
Every 3 weeks?
No, you had me with the bi. You convinced me with that one, but not
what
the tri.
What about quint weekly? Would that be 5 times a week, or would it be every 5 weeks?
Nobody does quint weekly.
But look, we do have to wrap it up.
What about Sept Weekly? Would that
every
be
day.
every? Would that be 7 a week, i.e., daily, or would it be every 7 weeks?
That's something we're going to have to...
These are basic questions.
we'll leave it for
These are questions that your listeners,
These are questions
some
we
of whom, as we know, are not the most intelligent, would need to know the answers to. They would be desperate for answer.
Well, Paul, thank you for coming
Thank you.
on. We appreciate it. And check out Paul Ford if you've check out all his stuff. And thank you, Paul.
If I don't see you before, have a great Christmas.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
Let's go to Tesco.